Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork, and today we're going to be doing some exercises with the stretchy band. And I don't have traditional roll downs or roll ups planned for today's class, but if you still like a folded mat or a towel or something like that in the lumbar for support for other exercises, please feel free to have that, as well as anything you need for any kind of knee cushion as well. So this band that I have here is considered medium resistance. Note that you can also use other bands that are lighter in resistance or heavier in resistance. So you can always find a new workout every time you change the resistance a little bit. That's the nice thing about the band. But that being said, we'll just kind of go ahead and start here. So I've got my band. I'm going to thread that band between my pointer and the thumb, and I'm going to take my feet maybe just a little bit wider than hip width apart. And I'm just going to let the arms and the band just rest here for a moment. My knees are soft and I'm rolling my shoulders back. I'm zipped up in the front body. And then I'm just going to go through a few little breathing exercises here. So as we inhale through the nose, you want to expand the rib cage. And then as you exhale through the mouth, like a shh, you want to really draw that belly button in nice and tight. So big inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, exhale. Good. So we want to try to use that breath as much as possible throughout our practice today. I can't do that breath and talk at the same time, but just know that's what you should be doing when we're breathing. So we've got our band, and I'm just going to take this up, and I'm just going to come back just a little bit, feeling the stretch, maybe just a slight little tug, and then I'm going to take that back forward. And we'll go again, taking that up, just a little bit of a tug. Maybe you can go back just a little bit more this time and taking it forward. And we'll come up this time and we'll stop right over the head. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a wider grip, and then I'm just going to side bend. As I side bend, I'm trying not to let my hips shift. And then I'm just going to give a little bit of a tug here. Also, try to keep your shoulder in line with the hip, so we don't want that forward collapse. And then we'll come back up using those obliques. So we'll take that to the other side, maybe a gentle tug. The tug is optional. That might be too much for some of you, so just be mindful. And then we'll come back up. We're going to do that again to each side, taking it over to the left, gentle tug. And then using the oblique, coming back up, taking that over to the right, gentle tug. And coming all the way up. Good. Now we're going to continue to open the upper body a little bit here. So you want to be able, we're going to move forward and back. You want a wide grip. You want to be able, as you go back, that your arms are long and not bent. So a wider rotation if needed. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track forward here. Good. Zipping up the front body, maybe a micro bend in the knees. Good. Let's take that up. Take it where you can take it, which might be part way. It might be all the way. And really keep that belly button in so the chest doesn't pop forward. Good. And one more time like this. Good. Now, the next time we come back, you're going to stop at your maximum stretch, which may not be your maximum range of motion. So even though you just saw me take this down to my hip, this is my maximum stretch right here. Breathe and expand. Good. And then we'll take that back up and back over. Good. So from here, I'm just going to take my band. I'm going to fold it in half now. Good. I want equal parts, band on the side. Good. And I'm going to take this back up. Good. And I'm going to rotate. And as I rotate, I'm just going to take this down, rolling shoulders back, lifting up and lift and move through center. Now I'm doing a little bit more of an advanced version here. So I'm trying to keep my hips forward, and I'm doing this rotation from the torso. If, however, you need to move your hips with you, then that's fine. Go where you need to go. Good. And one more time to each side. Good. And then from here, just roll that around, come into a little bit of marching. We will undo this band. So I'm going to start this next one here with the right foot into the band. The right foot into the band. Whoop. If that happens to you, try to squat and pick it up. Might as well get the glutes in there. So I want my right foot right in the center part of this band. Good. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a grip. So I want a little bit of a lower grip so that when I do stand up straight, I get some resistance here. Okay. So I'm standing up straight. I'm trying not to, go to that side. I'm going to put a little bend in this knee, and this arm I'm going to take out. You can also hold on to a wall or a chair or a stick with this hand. So I'm just going to take this out, and I'm going to slowly pull that in. Now, if you need more, take your arm out to the side or change your grip. Good. And out and in. So we're working the leg that we're lifting and lowering. You're also working your supporting leg. We're also working on balance here. Also a little bit of core. Good. Now we'll take that back in. Good. Now from here, I'm going to release my grip just a little bit. So I'm taking it up a little bit. I'm not choking up as much. And we're going to take this into a heel toe position. So still a little bend in this knee. Good. So heel rotation comes from the hip, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, external, internal, heel, toe. This side's getting tired, heel, and toe. Good. Now from here, before we go to the other side, since we've already got one foot in there, stick your other foot in here. Good. So again, we're about hip width apart. You've got equal parts of the bands on both sides. From here, when you're ready, belly button is in. And we're going to pull out 1, maybe a little bend in the knees, 2, 3, 4. Now, you want this to be a little bit more challenging. Choke up. Good. Find your little knee bend here with that choke up. So now when you press up, you're getting a little bit of resistance in the glutes. And here's 2, pressing through hip and heel. 3 and 4. Good. Stay with that, or here we go. 1, woo! 2, 3, and 4. Good. Now from here, we're going to step out the right foot, readjust where that foot needs to be so your strap is even on both sides. We're going to do that standing single leg work on this side. So again, choke up a little bit here. Feet are going to be about hip width apart. Good. So then when you press up, then you're getting that resistance. Good. A little bend in this knee. And here we go. 1, 2. Okay. Nice and slow and controlled is the name of the game. If we go too fast, then we have a tendency to lose the balance. Good. Good. Now we'll come back up. Good. Maybe not as much resistance, but you can always choose what you need. And we're going to take that into that heel toe. So a little bend in this knee. Good. External, here's the heel. Internal, there's the toe. So you're doing this rotation from the hip. We're not turning anything from the knee. You're not really doing anything from the ankle. This is all rotation from the hip. External, internal. External, internal. This is my harder side because this is my harder side to balance on. So I'm kind of struggling and fighting a little bit here. You might be too. Good. And one more time. Toe and heel. Good. And we can release that. Take out what you need to take out. I'm going to take this down to the floor. Good. And we're going to come to some Pilates standing roll downs. Excuse me. That time of year. Some Pilates standing roll down, and we'll go out into Pilates push-up. So if you're newer or have a back issue, I want you to practice parallel hip width apart. It's a little bit more challenging if you practice with legs and feet zipped up together. It's most challenging if you're in the Pilates V. So Pilates V looks like this. You've got a 6 foot apart between the 2 big toes. Everything is zipped up. And this is true of Pilates push-ups as well. So find it where you need your challenge. Zipping up on this first one, arms are going to be to the side. Inhale, exhale. We're going to peel off that imaginary wall from the crown. Good. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Arms are going to be free to do what they need to do. And it's better to bend the knees than to hinge the hips back. And if you got tight hamstrings, we're going to go and want to take your hips back. But try to get out of that habit pattern. Try to bend the knees. And then over time, as you practice, then that will get better. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Legs take the load, not the back. Coming all the way up. Good. Again, let's take the arms up overhead this time. Shoulders are relaxed down. Ears are by the arms, or arms by the ears, however you want to say that. Big inhale. Exhale from here. Belly button is in. It's almost like you're diving over a beach ball, but you're still getting into that C-curve scoop. Good. And then pressing through the feet and the legs. Coming all the way up. Reaching. Let's take this into just a little bit of a back bend. And then from here, now we're going to go into a Pilates push-up. So we're going to walk this out to the plank. So arms are going to come up here. Inhale, exhale. Take that dive. Scoop in that belly. Knees bend as needed. Slow and controlled will get you there. And then once your hands touch something, we'll walk that out. Knees can be down or lifted. Elbows turn forward. Good. Half push-up. 1, 2. With knees bent, that's easier, or a hinge from the hip. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Stop the hips over the ankles, and you can roll up from here, just like that. We're going to do that one more time. Big inhale. Exhale. Scoop. Dive over that beach ball. Good. Once you come down, and we'll stay down after this one. So find your push-up position. Knees down or lifted. Elbows forward. Halfway down. 1, 2. Now, drop the knees. Find a child pose. Good work, everybody. Good. Now, when you're ready, we're going to stay on all fours here for a moment. If you need to cushion the knees or the wrists, go ahead and do that. Good. We're going to take a few rounds of some cat-cow. So spreading the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles with pinky, pointer, thumb. I'm protracted in the shoulders, so I'm not hanging. I'm really pressing away from the floor. Belly button is in. Knees are hip width apart or slightly wider. Inhale. Find the cow. Chest forward, maybe pelvis back. Exhale and round. Good. Now, depending on what you may or may not have in the back, going on in the back, if extension, which is what cow is too much for you, focus on not tilting the pelvis, but only taking it into the chest and round. Okay. For some people, that feels better. Just kind of play with different movements. And then once you're ready, good, we'll come back to all fours. Let's take this into a thread the needle today. So left arm's going to come out. I'm going to thread it behind the right. Good. Hips stay over the knees. As I come down, I'm on my shoulder, but I'm not on my ear. I've got a nice long neck. My head is barely touching the floor. I'm using my right hand and shoulder to help me in this alignment. So I've got a nice long line from the crown to the tail with no kink in the neck, which is what happens if you press the ear into the floor. And then from here, pressing into that right hand, coming back up. We'll take that to the other side. The right arm comes up. I'm going to thread it through behind the left hand. I'm going to come down. Good. I'm on my shoulder. I've got a long line from crown to tail. Hips are over the knees. I'm using my left side to help me here. My ear does not touch the floor. Breathe and expand. And then once you're ready, good, using that left hand and shoulder, we'll come up from there. Let's come onto our backs. So you want to keep your band handy because we're going to keep using it while we're down here. So as I come down onto my back, and let's just take a moment here. So maybe taking the feet as wide as the mat, let the belly button come in. Maybe hands rest on the belly button for a moment. Just roll the shoulders back. We're nice and wide through the collarbone. Low rib cage is heavy and connected. Tailbone is heavy and connected. And just get a nice windshield wiper here. If for no other reason, this just feels good to do for most people. Good. And you don't have to go too deep. Good. Now from here, once you're ready, let's bring the legs back into parallel. So hip, knees, and toes are going to track. We're just going to do some basic pelvic tilting here first. So zip up that front body, belly button is into the spine. And as you're ready, good, we're going to take the pubic bone back towards the face. So this is a posterior tilt. That also means I may be closing any space in the low back. Good. So it's kind of that deep scoop. Good. And then I'm going to go into an anterior tilt. So this is a little bit more extension. Hip bones rock forward. Now maybe I have a little bit more of a space back here, but not so much that it causes pain. Good. So I'm going to take that posterior, anterior, posterior, anterior. And as you move here with the breath, try to exhale on the posterior, inhale on the anterior. Notice if you are pushing into your feet or squeezing your glutes. And if you are, can you try not to do that or do less of that? Make the muscles around here work a little bit harder. Good, and then we'll just come back to center. So from here, we're going to take some bridge work here. Well, we're going to do this with some scapular mobility exercise as well. So I'm just going to kind of fold this band in half. I'm going to hold both sides. Yeah, my fingers tangled up in the loop. But okay, so I'm holding both sides, and I've got enough of a tug here to where I'm nice and long in the band, and I don't have slack. So I want to be like this. Good. So rolling the shoulders back. Good. And before we lift up, let's just do a little exercise. So you want to try to keep that low rib cage connected to the floor. So if it starts to pop up here, you want to stop right before that happens. Okay. So I'm reaching and I'm just going back where I can go. For me, it can go all the way back. This was not always the case. And I'm really using my abs to bring this band forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now, from here, let's do that with a bridge. Make sure that your feet are not too close and not too far away. We're still hip width apart. So as you press into the feet to lift the hips, we're also going to lift the arms. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lowers. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale. Exhale. So as you're doing this, keep going a few more rounds. Be mindful. We want the head to be centered. We don't want it to be turning right and left, trying to do things like that. That's not the safest place for your neck to be. Good. Now, the next time you lift up, stay lifted and see if you can move the arms forward and back. If not, that's okay. Just stay where you are. And breathing and moving. Knees are still in line with the hips. Good. One more time. Arms come back. Good. Now we'll lift and lower that back down. Good. Bring the knees into the chest. The band can just rest over top of it. Maybe wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. And while we're here, really pull the knees into the chest or to the shoulders. Just roll the ankles around in one direction and then in the other. Good. So let's go into a chest lift variation here with the band. So I'm going to kind of just choke up a little bit on the inside here. I still want to be nice and taut. And then from here, I'm just going to start hands right over the shoulders, belly buttons in. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to lift the chest, the shoulders, the head. I'm reaching. I've got a gentle tug on the outside here of my band. And then I'm going to take that back down. I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, and come down. And good. And now from here, the right leg is going to reach forward. Inhale, exhale. As you lift, could that knee come inside of the band? Could you really reach? And take that back down. Inhale, exhale, and reach. And reach. And take that down. Now let's add rotation. Come up and come to the side. I'm going to my right. The band is on the outside of my leg. And take that down. And 2. And down. And 3. And down. And 4. And take that down. Good. That right foot's going to come down. Take that left foot nice and long. Inhale, exhale, through center, reach, and take it down and reach. Good. So you're reaching with the arms here. You're reaching with the legs here. And exhale. And give a little bit of a chin tuck here. Don't let the head hang back in space. Good. Now we're going to take this up and to the left. Rotate. Good. Hips stay grounded. Rotation is from the torso. And let's do one more. And take that down. Good. Come down a little bit here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to go into hundreds. Hundreds. So there's a couple ways you can do hundreds. You can come up here. You cannot use the band at all if you want to do it that way. If you like the knees bent version, you can take the band behind the legs. Legs are going to be together. Kind of cross over. And then you can do this way. This is not a good way to practice this way though. So you want to be nice and strong here. You can also take this around the feet. Like so. Make sure the band is flat so it doesn't roll, snap, hit you in the face. And then on your back, you can do this version. I'm going to do a little bit of a different version of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll up here with my hands. Okay. And then so when I come up, I'm going to reach. And then I'm going to be right here and do it this way with my band. Okay. So different ways, different, options for different people. You choose where you want to work. I'm going to start tabletop, arms up for the prep, zipping up, big inhale, exhale. I'm going to C-curve up. I'm going to take my legs long. Good. I'm going to start pumping. And I inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Ooh. Lift up higher, reach deeper through the arms. And take that down. Woo, that was challenge. Take that from side to side. Maybe take the head and neck from side to side. I'm going to give my band a little bit of a break. Let's take this into a twist. Arms up to the side. Knees in tabletop position. Taking the knees to the left. Okay, looking to the right. Breathing and expanding. Woo. I'm starting to work up a little bit of glow on my forehead. I hope you're working up a glow somewhere too. Head will come back to center, one leg at a time, or use your knees to come back. And then once you're ready, we'll take those knees over to the right, looking to the left, breathing and expanding. And then once you're ready, good. We'll take everything back to center. Now, we're going to go into a few things from series of 5, but not the whole series of 5, but do have your band handy. We're going to use that band in one of them. So from here, we're going to go into single leg stretch. Knees are going to come into tabletop. Arms are going to come up. Good. Find that C-curve lift. The right knee is in, left leg is long, hips stay even, and really pull and really reach. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And down. Single straight leg stretch. Legs are up, lifting up. Good. I'm going to start on my left side this time. So, and I'm just going to do a gentle tug, no pulsing today. Reaching. Good. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bringing that down. Wiggle, 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 head and neck side to side. Last one of these, the double leg stretch. So something else is I'm going to do here. Good. So we're going to get a little bit of, a little bit of butt work into this one. So I want you to take your feet into your band. Make sure that band is nice and flat. Legs and everything are going to come together. Good. Now, I'm not crisscrossing, but I am going to take a little bit of a wrap here, just so that you can see. So I'm going to start here. Inhale. Well, maybe not so much. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And we'll bring that down. Let's keep the right foot in this band since we are here. Sorry, my band is bunching up. I need to give it a cornstarch treatment. So, there. Okay. So from here, let's go into some stretches. Your left knee can be bent. It can also be nice and long. Do what feels best for your back. And then from here, find a grip that looks best for you. So it might be this. You might take your band and go behind. Go to where you can go here, but keeping a micro bend in the knees and no pain, numbness, tingling, or burning. Find it where you need to find your stretch. Big inhale. Exhale. Breathing is so important to stretching. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Release both pieces of the band into the right hand. Both hips are going to stay grounded here. Take that leg out to the right. Wiggle around. Find your best spot. Find your best grip. Reaching. And if you're able to take the left leg long in front of you, kind of point the toes towards your face. And some of you maybe then will take the left arm behind you, reaching from the left fingertip to the left heel. It's a little like bonus stretch on that left side as you're here. This is an option, not a requirement. I feel that adductor stretch and hip opening right up. And then we'll come back up. Good. So different things for different people for this next one. You can do a long leg, or you can bend the knee. We're going to get on the outside of the thigh and the hip here. I'm just going to arc over. I'm just going to kind of wiggle around to find my best spot because not everybody's best spot is directly across. And just breathing here again. And then we'll bring that back up. Going into some leg circles now. So the band gives that circle a little bit of resistance. I'm going to choke up as much as I can and then pull my elbows straight down. If that feels too much, release the choke. But from here, belly button is in. Your other leg can be long or bent. Let's take some maybe medium-sized circles today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, making the most of this time, I'm going to bend the knee and we're going to do a single leg press. You can make this harder again, choking up or coming back. That'll make it easier. Again, you know, if you've got different types of resistance bands with you today, do a heavier one here. See how it feels. Hips, knees, and toes are going to track in this alignment though. So try not to let the knees fall out inside or outside. And if you need to anchor your arms down here for a little bit more stability, you can do that as well. Here I go. Slow and controlled. I'm going to go 1. With control, we return. No slingshotting. 2, squeeze that glute, drive through the heel. Exhale, 3. 4. 5. And 6. Good. Now, before we go to the other side, we're going to do another little upper body exercise here. So take the other foot in here. Good. Now, you can do this 2 different ways. You can kind of choke up and pull to the side. If you want this to be more challenging, maybe you've got a lighter band today, crisscross your straps. It doesn't matter what side, you know, is on top or which side is not. But from here, good. I'm just going to start with my arms up and I'm going to pull to the side. 1, 2, 3, use those abs. 4, 5, and 6. Good. Now from here, just undo. Left foot's in the strap, remove the right, and we'll find our stretch series here. So the right leg can come long. If you can tolerate it, find the grip that's best for your body on this side. Micro bend that knee. Good. We'll take it back to the hamstring. I might do it this way today. This side is really tight. This is my normally tighter side. This side was not too happy doing the standing sequence that we did in the beginning, which tells me I need to work on that just a little bit more often. Reaching, breathing, nice big breath. Maybe coming to a nice wider collarbone here. Good. Now both bands are going to come into the left hand. Right leg can be long if you can tolerate that. Good. Take that leg out to the left, wiggle around to find your best spot. Adjust your grip as needed. Okay. And then again, if you're able to take your right leg long in front of you, point the toe to the face. Maybe right arm comes long behind you. Reaching. And then once ready, good, we'll come back up. Good. You choose a longer leg, a bent knee, arc over, wiggle around, find it where you need to find your stretch. Whew. And then once you're ready, good, we'll take that back up. So find where you need to be for your circles. Okay, right here. Good. And my belly button is in 4 in each direction. Here we go. 4 medium size. 3, 2, using those abs. And 1. And we'll reverse directions. 1. Both hips stay grounded. 2. 3. And 4. Good. Now bend that knee in. Find the grip you need for that single leg press. Okay. Hip, knees, and toes are going to track in this alignment, driving through the hip and the heel. Good. We're going to go 6 times. So big inhale, exhale. 1. Control it as you come back. No slingshot. 2. Use those abs. 3. 4. Exhale. 5. And 6. Good. And we'll remove that foot from the strap. Have the band to the side. We're going to come back to it in just a moment. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock, rock, rock. We're going to transition here. So if you'd like to roll over to your side and come to your seat, you can. You can roll like a ball. You can do a roll up, whatever works for you. Good. And we're going to go back into some upper body. So one of my favorite things to do with the band is rowing. So I'm going to take this band. I'm going to take it flat around my feet here. Again, make sure the band is nice and wide. It's not bunched up or anything like that. And then you can have a little micro bend in the knees if you need that. You can sit up on something. But we're going to row. You can get more resistance or make this harder, you know, if you go like that or just having a choke up on your grip. Just kind of be where you need to be. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. My arms are long. Elbows are going to be straight into the side. And I'm just going to pull back. When I pull back, my elbows are in. I'm trying to squeeze my shoulder blades together. And then I'm going to release with control. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Good. Now let's take that into rotation. We're going to do this all on one side first. So we'll start on the right side. So as I pull back, I'm going to rotate 1. Exhale 2. Release, squeeze. 3. 4. Take that right into the left. 1. 2. 3. And 4. Good. Going into bicep curls here. Palms are going to be up. Find the grip that you need. And we're going to go 4. 3. 2. And 1. Tricep kickbacks. Lean forward. Lean forward with a long back. I'm going to pull back here. Fix my grip. Pull back here from the elbows. 4. Woo! 3. 2. And 1. Good. And we'll come back up. Let's go into some side series here. We're going to give the band a little bit of break for side series, but we're going to use it for some prone work. So have that to the side where you're going to take your head when we're belly down. That's what prone means. So I'm just going to turn here. This is going to put me on my left side, to the side that's facing you. And remember, different things for different people. You can be up here. We don't want to ever be here. You can be here. You can be here. You can be here. You can be here. Good. Legs can be long in front of you. Okay, that's going to be the hardest. This nice long balance. You can also bend that bottom leg. Today, my balance is a little off, so I'm going to take this bent knee bottom leg. Good. From here, maybe a little bit of a point of the toe. Belly button is in. We're going to lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, we did bigger circles when we were on our backs. We're going to do smaller circles here. Belly button is in. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, find that quad stretch. Grab your pants, your shin, your ankle, your foot. Good. Take the hips forward, press the knee and the foot behind you. Getting the front of that front thigh. And then once you're ready, good. We're going to take that down onto belly. So this is prone. Now, we're going to come into a couple swans here, and you can certainly do this without the band. The band just gives you a little bit of resistance. So I'm going to take this band behind my back, and I'm going to pull it all the way up to where it's underneath my armpit here. And then you're going to choose. So I'm going to kind of thread it between my pointer and thumb again as my hands are flat. So choke up as needed for your resistance. We're going to come into swan. Legs are about hip width apart, rolling shoulders back. And so even if you're doing a baby swan, you can still get a little bit of work here. So from here, when you're ready, on an inhale, you're going to lift. Maybe it's a baby, maybe it's a medium or high. And then you're going to lower down with control, slow and control. And we'll go zipping up. Let's go 3. And slow and controlled on the return. And 2. Good. And 1. And coming down. Once you are all the way down, good. Grab your band. We're going to fold that band in half. Good. We're going to keep it threaded between the pointer and the thumb. Good. And we're going to keep a little bit of a tug here. We don't want to pull with all of our might, but just enough to feel engagement in the shoulders. And then we're going to come into swimming. So the swimming is mainly going to be more towards the lower body here. This is kind of, you want to think about it like a band version of a kickboard. So my belly button is in. I'm going to zip up. Good. I'm just going to kind of find that lift. Good. And I'm just going to go side to side here. Now, if you want to add a little bit with the arms, as you kick those legs, press sideways into your band. That's nice and special. Good. And then we'll take that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. We're going to turn to the other side. We're going to get that side series on our other side, the right side. So whenever you're ready, good. Try to do it the same way if you can as you did on the other side, just so that you train more evenly. And belly button is in. And here we go. 1. Always resist as you come back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Now here's those tiny little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Bend that knee, grab where you need to grab, hip forward, taking that back. Woo. Nice quad stretch. We're going to take a final stretch while we're down here on our back. So as you come onto your back, we're going to get a figure 4 here on each side. We've done a lot of butt work today. So I'm going to start right ankle over the left knee. This might be it for some of you. Others are going to bring it in closer to the face. Others might be able to thread it through here. Find yours, upper body grounded. It's okay to rock it. And then once you're ready, we will release and we will take that to the other side. Find your figure 4 on this side. It might be here. It might be here. It might be here. You might rock it. Take it where you need to take it. And then once you're ready, good, we will release. In the way that's best for your body, transition how you would like to transition to a seat, rolling over, rolling up, you know, a little roll here, my favorite way to transition. Good. And once you have found a seat, good. Let's just do one side bend to each side. Big inhale, exhale, taking that over, reach. And then moving through center, taking that to the other side and reach. And back to center. Noticing how you feel. Great work. You made it through this Pilates mat work class with the resistance band. I hope you had a great workout, got a little bit of a glow in there, got a little bit of rear end work in there and shoulder work in there. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye-bye.